Hi everybody, I'm Rococo. Welcome back to my channel. Today let's look at social media planners. Whether you run a personal or business account, making sure you don't get overwhelmed by your social media is important. Since I run multiple accounts over several platforms, I decided to take a binder setup to manage mine. Before I get into my binder, let's take a peek at two of my inserts. These here are laminated so I can reuse them over and over. First is my interaction tracker. Since I plan to use this daily, I realized a dry erase solution would be a lot eco-friendlier since it's the same information repeated. The idea for this tracker is to make sure I access all my accounts equally. Next up, I have a reusable goal tracker. I've decided to make this something I can update either weekly or monthly to make my bigger goals achievable. I really like the dry erase option here too, because I can update or adjust as much as I'd like without wasting paper. Moving on to the binder, I have my follower goals listed for each account in a color-in style. We've got the TikTok and YouTube goals first, and then my Instagram ones on the next page. These are all fresh before the pen, of course, because I wanted to give you guys a full view of my setup before I scribble, well, all over it. Here is the hard copy of my interaction tracker. I made this first and then I realized I could do a better version laminated, so I'll be keeping this to have a check-in in a month or two as a snapshot of what's working and what isn't. On both versions, I have a minimum like and comment goal and a maximum of responses on my own comment section just to keep things fair. For my YouTube and Instagram accounts, I made big picture style list pages. I wanted to use them to map out a general overall direction and keep track of any themes or series I have going at a single glance. Going in a bit deeper, we've got the monthly review. Well, technically a 4-week review, but you get it. And here I break down the general idea of how I want the post to go so I can prep what I'll need, do any shopping or research that goes with it, or any other kind of overall stuff I need to do. Each week afterward is then organized with a pocket divider in front to put any papers or notes I have for the week inside. I may add a cover or a dashboard in the future, but for now it lives as a blank pocket. My weekly planner is where it all goes down. Here's where I detail out exactly what each day's post will be. With platforms assigned to their own section and posting slots, you'll notice that the matching layout for monthly makes it easy for transfers. Since I only post to YouTube twice a week, once here on Rococo Does Designs and once in Rococo Does Makeup, I only have the 2 slots on my weekly plan. However, because of the comparative amount of work and research in a YouTube video, I've made a closer look section where I can take notes on behind the scenes stuff. I repeat these pages for each week for 4 weeks at a time to match my overview. Pocket, weekly, YouTube close-ups, etc. Same. Please excuse the glare here, by the way. I've got to work on my lighting setup. Finally, we have monthly reviews. These will be filled out for each account, and at the end of the month, I'll track how I'm doing and look into where my successes are. I've got a couple months at a time here to set up for an easy comparison overall. As with all of my social media pages, I've got my review pages divided by platform and name. Each month gets dates and highlights to look back on with a decent space for notes. I can also use my interaction tracker info here, as I may find that certain times a day or amounts of outgoing likes and comments affects the success of my own work. I definitely don't want to accidentally neglect one of my pages or make things unfair between Rococonauts. So, the 2 in combination should help me stay on top of what I need to do the best job I can. As we come to the end of my binder, these back pockets hold the laminated pages we saw earlier, and that makes it a wrap for my social media binder. It is a rather large binder, full letter or A4 size with 2-inch spine, leaving me a lot of room for those notes and extra papers I add in. And overall, I'm really happy with it. As with any new system, the plan is to try this for a few weeks and see how it works. If you're looking to start your own social media planner, I hope you got some inspiration from mine. All my sheets I made for myself here, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask and I'd be happy to help. As always, I appreciate you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a fantastic day, and keeping with tradition, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you next time, Rococonauts. Love ya!